Have you ever experienced waking up between 3 and 5 in the morning and wondered if there may be a reason why you weren't sleeping through the night? In this video, we will explore the esoteric meaning of waking at these very early hours as revealed by Cannon's perceptive research. Her thorough investigation of regression therapy, altered states of consciousness, and the subconscious mind clarifies why there could be more to these early morning awakenings than meets the eye. Come along with us as we set out on an intriguing quest to discover the spiritual meaning of waking up during these hours and the possible ramifications for our individual spiritual pathways. Reason 1: the veil between worlds is thinning. In our quest to comprehend the spiritual meaning of waking up between 3 and 5 a.m., we come across a notion that resonates well with Dolores Cannon's teachings: the thinning of the veil between the spiritual and physical realms. This occurrence, which is sometimes called the witching hour, especially at 3 in the morning, denotes a special moment when the barriers between the material world and the spiritual world become more fragile. This period is considered to be ready for increased spiritual activity and awareness, which is in line with Cannon's findings on altered states of consciousness. These ideas are rooted in a variety of cultural and spiritual traditions. In her metaphysical investigations, Cannon often described these times as windows of opportunity for a deep spiritual awakening. As a result of a stronger connection to reality's invisible dimensions, this awakening is marked by increased awareness and a rise in intuitive insights. Our consciousness is most open to messages and guidance from higher realms of existence during these early hours of the day. It is said that during this time, communication with the spiritual world is more potent and direct, showing up as a more palpable presence of guardian angels, deep dream messages, or mysterious spiritual experiences. According to Cannon's research, awakening at this time of day might be a subliminal message from these beings, providing direction, encouragement, or even cautions that are vital to our spiritual journey. As Cannon's teachings emphasize, responding to these 3 a.m. awakenings is a crucial part of spiritual practice. She emphasized the value of writing down ideas or dreams, practicing meditation, and keeping an open mind to any spiritual messages that may arise during these periods. Analyzing recurrent themes or emotions that surface during these awakenings might offer important new perspectives on our spiritual development. As Cannon said, acknowledging and welcoming these times is a first step towards a closer spiritual relationship and a better comprehension of oneself in relation to the bigger scheme of things. Reason 2: they are calling you. In the silence of the early morning, between 3 and 5 a.m., there is an appeal for you. At this time, we could be experiencing a special spiritual phenomenon, which is a huge amplification of our sensitivity to the energy of others. The calmness of our brains and the peace of our surroundings both contribute to this increased receptivity, which makes us in the perfect situation to sense and react to these subtle energies. This is especially clear when someone is thinking about us a lot, whether they are missing us, are in need of our assistance, or are just thinking deeply about us. Cannon explores the concept that feelings and thoughts are powerful energy forms that may traverse spiritual boundaries that go beyond our experiences from within. This energy connects individuals in ways that go beyond traditional physical forms of communication, even across great distances. It might be more than just coincidence that we woke up in the early hours of the morning. It could have been an energizing call from a deeper level connection. Cannon emphasized a deep faith in one's intuition in order to really engage with these subtle energy impulses. By thinking back on previous encounters or important connections in our lives, we might refine this intuitive feeling. If you find yourself awakening in the middle of these hours, think of the people in your life. Is there somebody out there that you could be thinking about that might use your energy and that could require your assistance? These relationships may be strengthened by acknowledging and responding to them, providing both parties with clarity and comfort. Cannon also suggested that during these early hours, we pay special attention to our feelings and intuitions. It may be more than simply a coincidence if a certain person's picture or thinking suddenly comes to mind. It may be an energy cue, a faint but meaningful way for their soul to communicate with yours, crossing over into the spiritual and material worlds for a brief but significant instant. Reason 3: spiritual encounters. When one channels thoughts for manifestation in the stillness of the early morning, especially between 3 and 5 a.m., something amazing is said to happen. In this period of silence, people's thoughts are open to receiving new and inventive ideas from the cosmos or a higher awareness. According to Cannon's vast research on the subconscious mind, these early hours are very critical. The subconscious mind opens up and becomes more sensitive as the conscious mind slows down and relaxes, making this the ideal time for inspiration. Ideas for artistic pursuits, big life changes, or personal tasks frequently emerge in this mindset. Cannon gave a lot of attention to the nature of these concepts, which appear to come to them naturally. She felt that they are profoundly related to our greater purpose or spiritual path, and are not just random ideas. These concepts might be thought of as cosmic nudges, pointing us in the direction of actions or choices that are inherently aligned with our soul's path and destiny. It is imperative that these concepts be recognized and upheld. Cannon emphasized the need to trust our inner guiding system, which entails appreciating and embracing the epiphanies or answers that strike us during these early hours of the day. One good technique to capture these brief yet important ideas is to keep a diary nearby to document these moments of clarity. We start to view these ideas not as just thoughts, but as chances for significant personal development and manifestation when we write them down and think about them. This supports Cannon's theory that our experience is profoundly shaped by our subconscious mind, implying that these epiphanies are not just random events. They are profoundly spiritual encounters intended to direct us on our life's journey and promote our spiritual and personal development. Reason 4. Period of intense spirituality. Many people find themselves surprisingly awake during the peaceful early morning hours of 3 to 5 a.m. Dolores Cannon's teachings go thoroughly into this occurrence, which has particular spiritual importance. Renowned for her research on altered states of consciousness, Cannon underlined how special these hours are in connecting the spiritual and material worlds. Her observations are that during these times, the cacophony and diversions of everyday existence fade away, fostering a calm atmosphere that is ideal for contemplation and spiritual enlightenment. This is not only a moment for relaxation, this is a chance for enlightenment and spiritual development. Deeper knowledge and guidance become available to us when the barrier between our conscious world and the world of global consciousness becomes thinner. It's a time when the complicated details of our everyday existence vanish, giving us the peace and clarity to consider the big issues and mysteries of life. Cannon emphasized how important it is to use these early hours for reflection and meditation. We may establish holy connections with the universe and our inner selves during this peaceful period. It's the perfect environment for people who are struggling with existential issues or looking for solutions to important personal problems. It is possible to obtain insights and revelations from this elevated level of consciousness that are elusive in the daily grind. Therefore, rising between 3 and 5 in the morning might be seen as a summons to spiritual awakening and an opportunity to delve into the limits of our awareness and the cosmos. It's a time to think deeply in private, pose important queries, and remain receptive to the insightful solutions that can present themselves in the calm and quiet of the early morning. Reason 5. Astral projection. As we investigate the spiritual ramifications of awakening between 3 and 5 in the morning, we come across the intriguing phenomenon of astral projection, a notion that is intricately linked to Dolores Cannon's teachings. Renowned for investigating metaphysical phenomena, Cannon's vast body of work, especially in regression therapy and subconscious study, often sheds light on the significance of astral projection as a vital spiritual encounter. According to Cannon, there is a strong correlation between astral projection and the time frame of 3 a.m. astral projection, and other out-of-body experiences may be possible during this time, which is frequently considered to be a spiritually active era. As to Cannon's viewpoints, astral projection is a research project that goes beyond the boundaries of our tangible world. It entails journeying to several levels of existence, an experience that numerous people have described in regression counseling. These narratives frequently include experiences of deep understanding and awareness they had while traveling through astral space. Cannon's study confirms that astral projection has a significant influence on spiritual and personal progress. People who have experienced such things often describe having gained exceptional information and insights that they were unable to get in their regular conscious state. This is consistent with Cannon's view that these encounters have a significant impact on a person's spiritual development and have the capacity to transform. Cannon fervently supported the research on astral projection in a courteous and secure manner. She emphasized the value of recording the experiences and said that thinking back on and understanding these life-changing experiences depend on maintaining a diary. Her teachings on the subconscious mind's depths and its function in spiritual change align with this technique. People can use astral projection to explore the expanse of the world and their own awareness, acquiring priceless insights that advance their spiritual development. Reason 6. Guardian Angel Correspondence. Guardian Angel Correspondence. When we go deeper into the spiritual implications of waking up between 3 and 5 in the morning, we discover a very consoling possibility: contact from guardian angels. When someone wakes up at a certain hour, like 3:33 a.m., it's very interesting since it could not be a coincidence. This exact moment might be an indication that your guardian angel is trying to reach out to you. According to many spiritual traditions, each person has a guardian angel who serves as a celestial guide and defender. They are typically viewed as our mentors, providing insight and encouragement as we travel through life. Experiencing a recurring wake-up time at that same moment might be viewed as a communication from these sentient entities. It seems like they are trying to help or provide an explanation at our most exposed and private times. This occurrence could be especially significant for people who have been practicing meditation, prayer, or goal or desire matter manifestation. It's possible that your guardian angel is answering your prayers for spiritual guidance by causing you to wake up at this hour. It can be interpreted as confirmation that your requests and manifestations are acknowledged, and that spiritual assistance is being provided. It may be immensely comforting and encouraging to feel as though a guardian angel is reaching out to you in these early hours. It serves as a reminder that we are not traveling alone and that more powerful spiritual forces are always keeping an eye on us and are prepared to provide assistance and direction. These experiences, whether they manifest as ideas, sensations, or even visions, may be incredibly reassuring and clarifying, particularly during uncertain times or while looking for answers to life's more important concerns. It's a lovely insight that, when we are most vulnerable, our personal angel appears to support us and guide us through the intricacies of our feelings and experiences. Reason 7. You need more self-compassion. When we dig further into the spiritual significance of waking up between 3 and 5 in the morning, we find a clue that speaks directly to our inner critic: self-compassion. The people who are awake during these hours are usually the ones who are quite critical of themselves, both in terms of the work they accomplish and the standards they set for their personal lives. This awareness of your alertness may be the universe's subtly telling you that it's time to relax about yourself. This is a time to pause, consider, and acknowledge that striving for perfection in all facets of life is not only unachievable, but also a cause of needless anxiety and displeasure. This realization is especially painful for people who have extremely high expectations of themselves and other people. When these high standards are not reached, there is a great deal of dissatisfaction and disappointment. Furthermore, this tendency to have high standards for others can affect interpersonal interactions and frequently manifest as trust issues. It might be difficult to completely trust others because of an underlying fear of disappointment or betrayal. This 3 to 5 a.m. wake-up call could serve as a prompt to consider and name these ingrained anxieties and worries. The peaceful, quiet early morning hours make the ideal setting for deep reflection. This is a chance for introspection and understanding that flaws are a necessary aspect of being human. It's an opportunity to work on forgiving oneself and developing a more understanding and compassionate outlook on both oneself and other people. You may start the healing process and cultivate better relationships with yourself and the people around you by acknowledging and resolving these internal challenges during these contemplative hours. It's about realizing that not everything needs to live up to the sometimes unachievable ideals of perfection and learning to trust not just other people, but also yourself. This symbol is an invitation to accept vulnerability and draw power and development from it. Reason 8. Spiritual awakening at 3 a.m. Finally, the most prevalent reason for waking up around 3 a.m. is to have a spiritual awakening. This is a very spiritual tradition-based idea that there is a key moment at which the boundaries between the spiritual and material worlds are the weakest. It's a moment that has the potential to open doors to increased spiritual understanding and intimacy. It is thought that around 3 in the morning, the physical world's distractions decrease and make it easier to focus on the realm of spirituality. You may view this as a chance for greater direct communication from the cosmos or your guardian angel. Perhaps a message, a revelation, or a call to action is what's attracting your attention from the spiritual realm. Many people believe that if they wake up at this particular hour, their guardian angel is attempting to notify them of significant news or offer advice on an urgent issue. This message might seem like a vivid dream that seems to have a deeper significance, an intuitive sense, or an epiphany. At this hour, a spiritual awakening may also indicate that it is time for introspection and development. It challenges you to think more broadly about the meaning of your life and to delve deeper into your spiritual journey. This early morning period of awakeness may serve as an opportunity to embark on a spiritual and self-discovery journey. We've explored the spiritual importance of waking up between 3 and 5 a.m., and it's evident that these times may be quite important. From the opportunity of engaging in in-depth reflection and finding the answers to life's big issues, to the possibilities of getting energizing calls from loved ones or having direct conversations with our guardian angels. Every rationale provides a different perspective on our spiritual development. Therefore, the next time you discover that these ethereal hours are when you wake up, think about any messages you could be receiving from the cosmos. These occurrences are more than just sporadic disruptions of your sleep schedule. They could be priceless chances for enlightenment and spiritual development. During your magical hours, embrace them with an open heart and mind, and let the tremendous wisdom they may provide lead you. Take into consideration any messages you may be receiving from the cosmos. Thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel so that you may receive updates on new videos that will provide you with additional knowledge, manifestations, visualizations, philosophy, and personal development ideas. Feel free to share your thoughts if you enjoyed this video. If you have watched until the end, please respond with MMM, Master Motivational Mindset, so we can connect.